Good day. Standing before you today is Amemarang Matlapeng. I am the acting HR manager from Bank of Botswana, and I come before you today with my colleagues, namely Robin Mawila, Christine Dema, Keron Bidije, Zainab Khamis, Angela Matlaha, Bami Khanyo, Thando Makwatu, and Tinashe Tabengwa. Today we'll be presenting a collection of business communication documents. Good day. As the Human Resources Manager of the Bank of Botswana, it is my pleasure to welcome you all to today's presentation. In the highly regulated and dynamic environment of banking, the role of a risk manager is not only critical, but foundational to the stability, the compliance, and the long-term success of any institution. A risk manager is responsible for identifying, assessing, and mitigating potential risks that could impact the bank's financial health, reputation, and its operations. Because of the significance of this role, the hiring process must be both rigorous and well documented. Selecting the right candidate goes beyond qualifications. It requires a structured, transparent, and legal compliant process supported by the appropriate documentation at every stage. Today we will be exploring the key documents required in the recruitment and selection of a risk manager. These documents are not just administrative requirements, they serve as essential tools that ensure fairness, accountability, and consistency in decision making. They also help our bank or any organization meet regulatory and audit requirements, which are especially critical in the financial sector. Our discussion will cover documents such as the job advertisement, application letters and curriculum vitae, shortlisting criteria, interview records, and selection reports. We will also look at the internal documents like departmental minutes, the memorandum, and the approval forms, as well as final stage documentations, including the offer letter, acceptance letter, and the employment contract. In addition, we will highlight how each document contributes to evaluating candidates' technical expertise, professional experience, ethical standards, and overall suitability for the role. Emphasis will also be placed on the importance of maintaining proper records to support transparency and defend hiring decisions if ever required. By the end of this presentation, you should have a clear understanding of the purpose, the content, and importance of each document involved in hiring a risk manager or any other employee, and how they collectively contribute to an effective, compliant, and professional recruitment process.
I'm the Secretary of Bank of Botswana and I'll be doing the departmental minutes. Departmental minutes are a formal written record of a meeting. They capture who attended, what was discussed about the job, and the decisions which were made. We move on to the structure of the minutes. We start off with the heading. The heading includes the organization, the date, time, location, and the purpose of the meeting. Moving on to attendance. This is a list of all the present and absent members. It helps to know who is part of the discussion. So with this, the head of finance, human resource manager, operations manager, compliance officer, senior accountants were present. An apology for the absence of Robin Mawila was received. We then move on to discussions. Here we write the main points discussed. You have to keep it factual, short, and organized by agenda or topic. We then move to the discussion, the decisions taken. So after discussing, we write what the group decided, which are the official resolutions. Moving on to actions. Actions are the tasks assigned during the meeting. They include who is responsible and the deadline. Then lastly, we have the closing, in which we end with who prepared the minutes, the time the meeting ended, and the signature of the person taking the minutes.
I am the head of department. I'll be presenting on the purpose and layout of a memorandum. A memorandum is a formal document used for communication within an organization. Its primary goal is to convey information in a clear, concise, and official manner. The purpose of a memorandum, it communicates important updates, announcements, or decisions. It also provides directions or procedures that must be followed. It also asks for information, feedback, or specific action It serves as a written record of communication for future references. Moving on to the structure of a memorandum. It consists of 4 main parts. Firstly being the heading, which includes to, from, and the date and the subject. Secondly, the introduction, where the purpose of the memo is to clearly state in 1 or 2 sentences the purpose. Thirdly, the body, which contains all the relevant details or instructions. This section should be precise and organized, often using bullet points when necessary. And finally, the conclusion, which summarizes the expected action and may include the deadline. At the end, we end with a signature and where the memorandum is from, which is the head of the finance department.
The compliance officer will be dealing with job advertising. Job advertising is the strategic promotion of open roles to attract qualified candidates, acting as the company's initial recruitment marketing tool to build brand images and encourage applications. Moving on to job advertising importance. Job advertising is critical because it serves as the first impression, acting as the primary tool to showcase skills, experience, and motivation to potential employers. As you can see, we did a job advertising through Instagram. In our job advertising application, we had to include the qualifications that are needed together with the email of the company where potential employers send through their CVs. We also did a job advertising application through LinkedIn.
I'm the head of finance and I'll be taking you through an application letter. An application letter, also known as a cover letter, is a formal document written and sent together with a CV or resume when applying for a job, internship, scholarship, or any other opportunity. It introduces the applicant to the employer and it explains in detail why they are suitable for the position. Unlike a CV, which mainly lists qualifications, skills, and experience, an application letter provides explanations, examples, and a personal connection between the applicant's background and the job requirements. Moving on to the purpose of an application letter. The main purpose of an application letter is to present the applicant in a positive and professional way and to convince the employer to consider them for their position. Its key purpose includes introducing the applicants and stating the position they applied for, expressing genuine interest in the job and organization, highlighting relevant skills, qualification, and experience, explaining details not clearly shown in the CV, persuading the employer to invite the applicant for an interview. Moving on to the importance of an application letter. An application letter is very important for several reasons. It creates a strong first impression. It is often the first document the employer reads. It acts as a marketing tool. It allows the applicant to promote strengths and achievements. It also connects the applicant to the job. It bridges the gap between the past and their future. Explaining a detailed structure of an application letter. A standard application letter follows this logical flow, which is the header, which includes your contact information, which is the name, phone number, and the email, which in our case is Retabile Saints, PO Box 223, Gaborone, Tlokwe, their number and email included. Followed by the date, you use a formal format, which is 22nd February 2026. Moving on to the recipient's information, which is the name of the hiring manager, their title, company name, and address, which in our case is Lamema Kapeng, Bank of Botswana, Private Bank 154, Gaborone, Botswana, Gaborone. And then we move on to the salutation. Use a formal greeting, use a specific name if possible. If unknown, use dear hiring manager or which in our case is dear sir or madam. Then moving on to the introduction. Identify the title you are applying for and where you are, where you saw the listing. Briefly mention your top level qualification to grab the interest immediately. Which in our case is we are applying for the position of a risk manager. Explaining the body. Connect your skills to the specific job requirements. Use keywords found in the job description. Also highlight 2 to 3 significant accomplishments, which in our case, our applicant has completed a Bachelor of Honors in International Finance and Banking at Botswana School of Business Sciences, which is internationally recognized, and they have a certificate in Financial Risk Management. They gained knowledge in the use of Excel through business mathematics, and they have 3 years of experience working as a risk manager at Stanbic Bank at Francistown. They are hardworking, dependable, and able to work well independently and as a part of a team. They are eager to learn and contribute positively to the organization. Moving on to the conclusion, explicitly state that you look forward to discussing how you can contribute to the team in an interview. Mention any attached document, CV, or portfolio. Which in our case state that they would like to welcome the opportunity to discuss how their skills can benefit the company. They also mentioned that they will find an attached CV. Moving on to the closing salutation, use sincerely or respectfully. Include a space for a handwritten signature if submitting a hand copy. Yours faithfully, signed by Rukabile Saints.
I, as a compliance officer, will be taking you through the CV. A CV, also known as a curriculum vitae, is a document that shows your personal details, education, skills, and experience. It is used when applying for jobs, internships, or universities to tell others about yourself in a professional way. The importance of a CV. A CV is important because it gives a first impression. It's the first thing employers or schools see about you. It shows your qualifications, it displays your education, skills, and achievements. It helps you stand out. A good CV makes you different from other applicants. It organizes your information. Everything about you is in one place. It's needed for opportunities. Most jobs and universities require it. How to write a CV. A CV should be clear, neat, and well structured. And the standard layout is you have your personal information, your full name, your phone number, your email address, location. And your personal statement, it's optional but it's good. A short paragraph about who you are and your goals. And your education, your name of school, subject, study, years attended. And your skills, you list your abilities and experience, if any, as well as your achievements and references.
Accountant, and I'll be taking you through the offer letter in our portfolio. Firstly, an offer letter is an official document sent by an employer to an employee offering employment. Now, moving on to the contents of an offer letter. Your offer letter should contain the following details. It should indicate clearly the addresses of the company as well as the recipient. It should show the job position as well as the job title. Your offer letter should contain the starting date, the starting salary, the probation period, as well as the allowances and benefits of that position. Your offer letter should lastly be signed by the Human Resource Management. Now, moving on to the importance of an offer letter. An offer letter is important as it states the salaries, the starting date, as well as the benefits, preventing misunderstandings later on the job. Lastly, an offer letter serves as proof of employment to an employee. Thank you.
Good day, I am a senior accountant and I'll be taking you through the acceptance letter. So an acceptance letter is a formal document written to confirm that an offer has been accepted and received upon. In the banking environment, it reflects professionalism, clarity, and legal awareness, as it may serve as a formal record. The purpose of an acceptance letter is that it formally confirms agreement to an offer. It establishes a clear understanding between two parties, and it provides written evidence of commitment. Next, I'll be taking you through the key elements of an acceptance letter. A well-structured acceptance letter should include the following. Firstly, the sender's address as written here. Next, it should include the date written in full. Next, it should have the candidate's details, their names, their position, and organization of the recipient. Next, it should include the salutations right there. It is like a formal greeting which is directed to the HR of the bank. Next, it should have the subject line, a brief statement indicating the purpose of this acceptance letter. Next, it should have an opening paragraph to clearly state the reason for writing and expressing the appreciation of the offer letter. Next, it should have the body paragraph, which states the confirmation of acceptance to the offer letter. Finally, we have the closing paragraph, and lastly, we have the formal closing and the signature to confirm that it really is the person who we, as the bank, had written to. Thank you.
Good day, I'm the operations manager and I'll be taking you through the conclusion. So this assignment has demonstrated the importance of effective business communication within the Bank of Botswana, particularly in the context of recruitment and risk management. Through the preparation of various professional documents, it is evident that clear and well-structured communication is essential for ensuring transparency, accountability, and efficiency in organizational processes. Furthermore, the assignment emphasizes how effective communication skills contribute to achieving organizational goals, enhancing teamwork, and supporting informed decision-making. By applying appropriate business communication techniques, the bank is better positioned to manage risks effectively and uphold its reputation as a trusted financial institution.